Lesson 2.10 is called Exterior Angle Theorem. This kind of adds on to the last lesson about interior angles of a triangle. We're now going to use a theorem that includes this exterior angle. It's if you were to extend a line out past the triangle. So this exterior angle theorem says the exterior angle of a triangle, this one, is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So not the angle that's a linear pair with this exterior angle, but the two angles that are farthest away inside the triangle. And so I want to think about this. If we're trying to find this angle here, we know that these three angles have to add up to equal 180 degrees. We found that out on the last lesson. And we also know that this is a linear pair and they have to add up to be 180 degrees. Well, this angle is going to be the same when I add it to this and this. This is my constant. And so to think about that, if these two have to make 180 and these three have to make 180 and this is something out of that, that means that really these two angles here are going to equal this measure out here. And that's what this says right here. Measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 3. I want to show you this on problem number 1. So it says solve for x. What we've got here is the two angles here that they call the two opposite interior angles. I'll say two opposite interior angles. They should equal this exterior angle, the one that is outside the triangle, but it's from a line extended out past the triangle. So I would say x plus 115 degrees. Why did I put 155? Equals 130. And then all I'd have to do is subtract my 115, which I know leaves me with 15 degrees. So it allows you to almost do it in your head a little bit faster. Okay, the other thing you could do, let's say you didn't remember this property or this theorem at all. You know that this is a linear pair right here. Should make 180 degrees. If that's 130 of it, that means this has to be 50. And then you could know there's 180 degrees in here. 180 minus 50 would be 130, which is exactly that. And then minus, what did I say? 130, sorry. And then 115. And then that would leave you with 15 degrees. So either way, you don't have to remember this property if you're taking a test or something. If you can just use your sum of interior angles of a triangle would be fine. All right, number 2. I'm going to use the theorem though just because that's what the lesson is about. So I know here's a right angle that's 90. So I know that these two angles, when they add together, should equal the exterior angle. So I'm just simply subtracting 90, which would leave me with 63 degrees right here. All right, number 3 is in words. It says in triangle JKL, we've got a measure of angle J, a measure of angle K, and the measure of angle L. Find measure of angle K. Doesn't matter how you draw the triangle. I'm going to label each vertex or vertice. J is going to be 4x minus 10 degrees. K is going to be 3x minus 7 degrees. And L is going to be 4x minus 1 degree. This actually has nothing to do with the exterior angle theorem. This is back to knowing there's 180 degrees in a triangle. And so I'm just going to put them all together by adding them and set them equal to 180 and solve. And you should get that x is 18, but they wanted us to find the measure of angle K. So go back to its expression and plug in 18 here. So it'd be 3 times 18 minus 7. That would be 47. All right, last one. It says in triangle UVW, line UW is extended through point W to point X. Let's think about that. UW, this side, is extended through point W to point X. Measure of angle UVW is 3x plus 16 degrees. Measure of angle WUV is 2x plus 8 degrees. And measure of VWX, that's this exterior angle here, is 8x minus 18 degrees. Find the measure of WUV, so up here. So we would have to use this theorem because there's nothing we can come up with right here in terms of an angle because we have expressions instead of degrees. So you're going to have to know exterior angle theorem on this one. So these two angles add together to equal this angle. So I have my 2x plus 8 plus 3x plus 16 needs to equal 8x minus 18. Combine your like terms on the left and then solve. Should get that x is 14, but it wanted the measure of angle WUV, which is this expression right here. So I'm going to plug in 14. So it's 2 times 14 plus 8, which would be 28 plus 8, which would be 36 degrees.